34 days to the general election, integrity of the voter register has been questioned and the fate of the deceased persons whose names remain in the national roll of voters. Though IEBC has since expunged the names of nearly 89,000 deceased voters from the register, the opposition team is demanding the immediate publication of the register and the KPMG report on its audit.
Some external hand is directing issues at the IEBC that is interfering with the independence of the IEBC. And this is an issue of serious concern to us as players. That if you have a referee who is already wearing the uniform of the team you're playing against, you're in serious trouble.
The voter register audit was submitted to Parliament, but the August House adjourned indefinitely before the lawmakers could deliberate on the document and guide IEBC on its implementation. However, NASA contends that going to the general election with the register that still had dead voters was a recipe for rigging.
Parliament has been dissolved for all intents and purposes. Why do you send a report to Parliament, which has been adjourned since day? You do not meet. There's no excuses. Because they know that there's a shoddy work that has been done and that there's a deliberate attempt to try to retain ghost voters in the register for the sinister motive of having them vote, even if they're not proper voters. And this is a very serious issue that needs to be addressed.
IEBC has, however, maintained that the voter register was not a secret document and assured all the players in next month's general election that only the registered voters who turn out in person would vote after being identified electronically through the integrated electoral management system that has already been installed and was continually being tested for efficacy. The standoff over the voter register and printing of ballot papers persists, even as NASA demands an assurance of its presidential candidate's security, alleging that shadowy police officers had been trailing Odinga.
We are challenging President Uhuru Kenyatta to assure the country of the safety of NASA's flag bearer, Right Honorable Raila Odinga, and that of his colleagues and co-principals. We put the president on notice that we'll hold him solely responsible for any security lapses and challenges that will or may affect the NASA flag bearer.
During the electioneering period, the police service has seconded 2 officers to IEBC. The officers are involved in security planning during elections, and the activities include escort and guarding of ballot papers from the airport to various IEBC stores and finally to the polling stations.
Francis Gachuri for The Big Question.